Hi kids, this is Miss Liz again from Five Loaves Baking Co. Today you've probably already received your cake pop kit. I wanted to show you what comes in your kit. I'm going to go through what's in there, how you're going to use it, show you a few things that you're going to need to have from home already, and then give you a little instruction. But then again, remember what we said before. Really, your imagination is all that you need to do whatever you want with these. So here we go. When you open up your pack, when you get home, you're probably going to get either a chocolate or a funfetti cake. It's a quarter cake, nice amount there. You're going to get 10 cake pop sticks. You're going to have two kinds of sprinkles. If you got the chocolate cake, you got the chocolate jimmies or sprinkles. And then you've also got this great little mix that I came up with. It has stars and all kinds of colors and stuff. If you receive the funfetti cake, then you probably have the rainbow sprinkles in there. You're going to have 2 tablespoons of frosting, either chocolate or vanilla, depending, and a half a pound of good quality chocolate for melting. Also comes with your kit your very own cake pop stand, and so it comes flat like this. I put that in your packages. You fold the 2 sides, you fold the one large side in, and then this little bit goes in here. Same thing on the other side. Put that in and put that in there. And then you've got your own cake pop stand. Once you're done dipping your cake pops, you're going to stand them up in here. So anyways, let's go on to what you're going to actually need at home. You're going to need a tray or plate, flat preferably, with some paper towel. You're going to need either a glass or porcelain bowl or silicone is what I have, which is actually best for this, and a small spatula. If you only have a spoon, that's fine. And again, remember guys, your only limit is your imagination, however far you want to go with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to prepare, and you're also going to need a medium bowl to mix your chocolate cake with your frosting. And so I'm going to show you that right up in a moment. So you're going to take your cake and you are going to take it out of the wrapping. And now, I gotta tell you something. I think this is the most fun part for me, personally. So you're gonna take your cake and you're gonna rip it into little parts like that, right? But then here comes some of the fun. You're going to rub it over the bowl with your hands. See, you make kind of like dirt. I enjoy this, by the way. So make sure all of it is crumbled, because if you find a big piece like that, that needs to get crumbled up also. So rub it between your hands so it becomes kind of like dirt. Make sure you got all of it crumbled up, all of it, no chunks in there. Sometimes we like chunks, but not when it comes to cake pops. So want to make sure all of it gets all sanded or crumbled up. See any parts? No good, no bueno. So there you go. As you can see, quite dusty or crumbly or sandy, however you want to call that. And then you're going to take your chocolate frosting or your vanilla, depending on what flavor you got. And here's a very important piece. Don't dump the whole thing in there. That might make this amount of cake way too soft and it won't hold up on the stick or to the chocolate. I would always start with just a tiny little bit. That little bit is perfectly fine. I'm almost sure that's going to be enough. I put more just in case, but that's probably all you're going to need. You saw that. That was like maybe a teaspoon of it at all. Now you're going to start really mixing it in. Mix it in. Now you're going to start actually squishing it. This is so much fun. Squishing it in your hands and making all of that and mixing it and crumbling it. And at the end, it should feel like Play-Doh. And you should see no dry spots. If you see any dry spots, you haven't mixed enough. And you can add more frosting if you'd like. I think this is going to be more than enough. So you mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it until you have no more loose bits hanging out. So it takes a little bit of work. A little bit of work, but you should be able to get it all. Once it all gets picked up, all the crumbs are picked up into your ball. What I would say to do then is squish till it comes out between your fingers, you guys, like that. Maybe I'm having way too much fun with this. I don't know, but I like it. It's fun. So now you've got it all squished up all the frosting has been incorporated. You're not seeing any crumbly bits. If you see some crumbly bits, then it's too dry. But at the same time, you don't want to put so much that it's just mush and it's softer than Play-Doh. Right now, I can tell you this feels just like Play-Doh. So then now what you're going to do is you're going to get your tray or your plate, whatever you decide to get, and bring it over. And now, when I work at home, I have a scale, and I weigh out the balls that I do. I usually do about an ounce, but in this case, you guys don't have that. What you're going to start doing is you take a little bit, and you're going to squeeze it in your hand, and then squish it just to get any air out of it, so it's not a loose ball. And then you're going to start rolling. Rolling. See, so you roll, and you roll, and you roll, and you roll, till you see, should look like a pretty good ball. I'll tell you what, it's taken me a long time because I usually do like egg shapes. It's so weird, I don't know why. So anyway, you roll, you roll, you roll, you get a little ball, and you put it on your tray. And you keep doing that, and you should get about 8 or 10 out of it, depending on how much you put in your hand. If mom has a scale, tell her to weigh out about 0.75 of an ounce. Like I said, squish first, and slowly start rolling that squish, giving it a little space so that it grows into a ball. You might need help from mom or dad. Maybe not, maybe you're a pro. And then what'll happen is, a few years from now, you'll come and help me out at 5 Loaves. So, there you go, another one. And you keep going. And this is the process. I'm not going to do all of them because, I'm going to bore you probably. I'll do one more. Again, squish, squish, squish. You shouldn't see any crumblies. Start kind of like messing with it, and you're between your hands until you get to this shape of a ball, and roll, 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 roll. Kind of can feel when it becomes a ball. Otherwise, it kind of feels funky. And it's rolling nice and smooth between your hands, and it should be a ball. So there you go. You've got 3 little balls all rolled up. You're going to keep doing that until you have all the ones that you need. And then next, I'm going to show you what's going to happen. So you're going to get your silicone bowl. You're going to open up the pack. And now the other ones I sealed, so you have to kind of cut them open with a pair of scissors. But this I left like this. And you're going to take your chocolate and put it all into that one bowl. You're not going to really need all this chocolate, but you want to make sure that when you melt it, you have enough to dip your pop. So you're going to melt it all. Now, when you're done, by the way, a little hint is when you're done, you can solidify this chocolate by either putting it in a little mold, a little tiny cup. Even the frosting cup that I gave you, you could probably put it in there once you've used up the frosting. Put this in there. Or if mom has an extra ice cube tray, I do that sometimes. I'll put them in there, and then whatever I haven't used, I can keep using. All right? So let me show you now what's going to happen. We're going to take this, and you're going to put it in the microwave. Mom or dad will have to help you with this, or unless you're able to. Put it in the microwave at 30-second intervals at 50%. So what that means is your microwave works at 100%. You're going to put 30 seconds at 50%. So it's not all super high. At first, it's going to look like nothing's happening. Once that goes off, you're going to mix. Man, nothing's happening. You're going to keep going for 30 seconds, 30 seconds. It might take 3, 4, 5 tries. When it's completely liquefied, and I'm going to show you that in a moment, then you're ready to dip. So I'll show you that next. Okay, so now you've gone ahead and melted all your chocolate. And if you can see, it's just beautiful and liquidy and soft. That's what you want. You don't want any bits that look lumpy in there or it's a little too thick. It's got to be nice and smooth like that. Okay, so then what you're going to do is you are going to take your sticks. The very first step is you're going to take your sticks. You've got your little balls all lined up. I was able to get 10. Did I do that right? Yeah, 10. You're going to take just a little bit of the stick and you're going to dip it, just that little bit, into the chocolate, and then you're going to dip that into your ball, not all the way through, kind of like halfway through there, right? So you do that with all of them. Gonna do a few. So like you see, let me show you. See, just not all the way through. And then again, sitting right there, you stick it down, not all the way to the bottom, because if you put it all the way to the bottom, that ball's gonna fall off. So let's start with just the 2 that we did. And let me show you how we're gonna do. So you're gonna let those for a few seconds sit. I wanted to show you again, as I said earlier, 2 ways you can do this. You can either use the box method where your cake pop is going to be standing up, or you can do the sitting down method where your cake pop is lying down and you could just sprinkle stuff on top. I'll show you one of each. How's that? So we're going to take our ball. We're going to dip it, and I want you to see this, all the way in, and you're going to then turn over and you're going to tap. And this is just me because I like it to be nice and smooth. I don't want too much drippy. If you're going to do it lying down on the plate, I'll show you. You can leave a little bit of that chocolate on there, so it makes a nice little foot. But if you're not, if you're going to be putting it on the box and having one of your little standing up, and you can shake it a little, not a lot. If you go crazy, it's going to come off the stick. That's because you want to get as much off so it doesn't drip. Now, meanwhile, you've already gotten your sprinkles ready, right? So you've gotten, let's say, your chocolate jimmies. You can either sprinkle them right over while it's still wet, all like that, right? All like that. Cover it up, cover it up, cover it up, cover it up, cover it up. And then you've got your box, and that's what I gave you this box for. You put it in and it stands up. You're gonna let it dry like that. I think that's really a lot of fun. So that's your one way of doing it. And here's your other way. Same thing with the dipping. You're dipping it all the way through. It's all covered. You're patting it, patting it, patting it, patting it. Almost all the way, not completely. Shake some of that off, shake some of that off. And then in this case now, what you can do is you can stand it up. See, it creates like a little foot, and then you can take your sprinkles and you can just put them kind of all over the top, just like that. A few little sprinkles. And your little cake pop is ready. You're going to let it dry, and it's not going to take that long. If you want to rush the process, you could put it into the refrigerator, maybe not even 10 minutes maximum. I don't even think it would take that long. But you can just leave them to air dry. Now, once your pops are done, by the way, you can actually have these cake pops out maybe at room temperature for up to a week, believe it or not, or in the refrigerator for up to 2 weeks. You can freeze, although freezing can cause it to crack and all that, but you could freeze it 3 weeks. So again, your chocolate is nice and smooth, your balls are all rolled out, you learned how to dip them. Guys, that's your beginner's lesson on how to make cake pops. I hope you all enjoyed, and we'll see you again soon. Bye!